morning time frame was last Tuesday. I did a Wednesday night meditation, but I've been up north at Michigan Tech, dropping my son off up in the Upper Peninsula, about 8.5 hours north of here. And so it's been a wonderful ride, spending some time with him. Sad day to drop him off, but also a happy day for him too. So, in any case, thanks for joining for the meditation. Let's give it a couple minutes, and we'll let everybody in, and we'll start it then. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Good morning. It's good morning, everybody. Welcome to meditation this morning. 10:02. Let's see. January 11th on Monday. I just got back from being gone for 3-4 days there, dropping my son off to the Upper Peninsula, which is about an 8.5 hour ride one way. So we spent some time up in the Keweenaw Peninsula, which goes all the way up to the very top of Michigan and just short of Canada. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful area up there. We were fortunate that the roads were cooperative. We didn't get much sunshine, but we did get good roads, so I was really happy about that. Happy for my son to continue on with his adventures with school and finish up his math degree at Michigan Tech and go on for his second major of computer science the following year. So proud of him, happy for him. Also, it's a bit of an adjustment of not seeing him around too. So I'm sure other parents can relate. So in any case, let's meditate. So just getting yourselves nice and comfortable. Just allowing your body to be fully supported by the chair, couch, floor, bed, whatever you're on, so that there's no worries about the body. The physical body is supported and there's no effort or trying needed. You're just allowing the body to be, just allowing it to be. And then taking in a nice deep breath. And just really letting go of any stress, any worries, any heaviness at all, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Not to carry any baggage in this meditation at all. And really, hopefully not your life either. It's simply not necessary. And I'm so grateful to be back with you. Thank you for joining me this morning. I feel very grateful. I missed meditating with you, and just it's a reminder for me how grateful I am for this tool, for this meditation, and for God and my teachers and all those beings of love and light that support us from the other side, just helping us to remember who we are, helping us to remember that who we are has never changed. Who we are has never left us. Who we are can never leave us. Who we are can never be diminished or dissipate in any form or fashion. It's who we are. It's who we will always be. It's who we have always been. And as I remember that truth, I remember to just be fully present in this moment. Meaning that I'm not dragging any of the past history into this moment, nor am I considering, thinking, or wondering about the future. I'm just being present right now, right here, right now. And there's honestly nothing more that's required than that. In its very simplest form, all that's necessary is to be present for this moment. And like all of you, I'm sure, my mind goes askew. I get caught into thoughts, and then I might believe the thoughts, and then I experience stress and suffering. But the beautiful thing about stress and suffering is when we continue to become more aware, we see that the stress and suffering is simply a flag that pops up that says, oh, okay, there is something within me that I don't need to hold on to. There is some kind of belief that I am identifying with as if it's the truth, and it's causing me pain and suffering. And again, it truly is as simple as that as well. The more we become conscious and aware of our thoughts, and more importantly, recognize that we are not our thoughts, we truly can have any thought, any belief, any feeling, and recognizing that that's not who we are. It's so easy just to say, oh, okay, I see I was judging this person here, but when I say I'm not referring to the core self, I'm referring to the ego self. And in fact, let's just take a look at the I. The I is really such a key to our awakening. It's by becoming aware that all these things that we describe ourselves as are the very things that when we become conscious and aware of, are the very things that we can let go of that block us from realizing the truth of who we are, which is the I amness. It's not I'm doing or I'm thinking or there's no doingness involved. It's simply a beingness, a pure beingness, a pure isness. But so oftentimes we hear the mind say, I am mad. Who is mad? Is it truly you? Or is it the idea of who you think you are, your ego self, that has conjured up a story as to who you are and what life is supposed to look like? And you might say, I am sad, or any of the emotions. Who is saying that? And also, who is aware of that? You have an awareness of the thought. You have a thought that says, I am mad. But who is it that is aware of that thought? That thought cannot exist without there being some kind of conscious awareness. If there was no conscious awareness, none of it would matter. There wouldn't be any existence. There has to be something that's aware of it. And quite oftentimes, not only the I, but we say that we are our bodies, and we might say, my body feels stiff. Well, if you are your body, who is the one that is aware that your body is stiff? You say my body, but how can it's not you, it's just an idea of who you have thought yourself to be. You might say my family. You are not your family. You are the one that is aware of that thought. And you might say, my hand is really sore. Are you the hand? And if so, who is the one that is aware of the hand being sore? So you literally can take any thought of the I's or the my's and see that it's not you that is the I, it's you that is the I am, the one who is aware of the I. If you say, I am hungry, who is hungry? Are you hunger? Are you hunger itself? Are you hungry itself? No, but you can be aware that you are hungry. You might say, I am cold. And your physical body reflects this, like, no, I know I'm cold. I can feel this. Who is the one that is aware of that thought, that belief? When you get in touch with listening to I am sad or mad or I'm joyful, any of those things, the more you get in touch with those things, then you can begin to discreate all these old beliefs. Because you might even say, if somebody says, who am I? You might say, I am love, I am peace, I am joy. But are you speaking from a place of truth and consciousness, or is it from a place of belief or concept or an idea? It's not enough to be a belief, idea, or a concept. It's not enough. It will not satisfy your heart. Your heart cries out for more. Not for the belief that you are peace, joy, and love, but for the actual beingness of those things. To be that truth. That's why the more you can catch yourself when you say, I am not feeling well. Is that you, the one who is not feeling well? Who is the one that is aware of that you're not feeling well? There literally is not anything that you can't discreate of these beliefs, and there's literally not anything that you can't create also as you let go of these old beliefs. I'm not sure I fully connected with sharing that, but as I sort through my own truths and I'm aware that I just said my own truths. They're not actually my truth. That's just another belief and concept as well. So it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's necessary to use these words to communicate where we're at. I recognize that too is an unconscious belief on my part, and it's okay. It's okay for any of these thoughts and beliefs that we have. The importance of it is that we continue to be conscious and aware of it and recognize that we are not those things. If you say, this is my car, of course you are not the car. It's something that you are aware of and so-called own, which truly we don't own anything. It's all God's. But we have that perception that we do. But you can say my anything, and you are not that. You are the one that is aware of it. And the only I that you can say that is of the truth is to say I am. Meaning the pure isness, the pure beingness of who we are. In the Bible, what did God say? I am that I am. And that's what he was referring to. There's nothing more to describe it other than I am. So right now I'm going to invite you to say within yourself some of the beliefs that you carry. You've heard me say this before. I am arrogant. And I'm just going to notice that thought and recognize that that is just a belief that comes from my ego that I have stored, and I'm just going to release that and let that go. I am skinny. That is another belief. I'm going to be aware of that and just let that go. So I am kind. That is another belief. We don't want to carry any of the beliefs. Rather, the mind would describe them as good or bad. We want to completely empty out. Completely. And it's in that emptiness where there's a divine intelligence. The words present themselves in each moment that you need them. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to analyze it. We don't have to consider what we're saying. No, we're allowing God, we're allowing our true God essence to just flow through us, with us, around us, as us. So right now, just taking a moment to look at some of the things that you have described as who you are. I am judgmental. I am kind. I am wise. Another ego thing. I am intelligent. No, that's another ego thing. We are all equally intelligent when we're allowing the divine to flow through us. We are all equally wise when the divine is flowing through us and as us. We are equally loving and peaceful and joyful. So to describe ourselves as if we're something different than others, or this is our own unique description, it's just describing the totality of humanity. I don't want to say humanity. It's describing the totality of God and all the souls and beings that are as God as well. So just taking a moment right now to look at some of the things that says, I am this or I am that, and just notice it, be aware of it, release it, and let it go. And you don't need to judge yourself for anything. Allow yourself to say whatever it needs to say. I am angry. I hate this person. I. Just notice the I's. You don't need to judge it, make it bad or wrong. It's simply being aware of it, releasing it, letting it go, and allowing the next I to present itself. And it should be fairly easy to come up with these, but if it's not, just some thoughts. You can say, I am worried about this, or I'm afraid of this, or I am this thing, angry, mad, sad, happy, joyful, even happy and joyful, just release it all. I am a man, I am a woman, I am old, I am young, I am skinny, I am fat, I am this or that. I'm not satisfied with my job. Who is not satisfied with the job? I want a better relationship. Who wants a better relationship? You are already everything that you need. We're just clearing out those ideas and beliefs that stand in the way of that truth. That's all. Even the thought or belief, I want to awaken. I want to be enlightened. Just notice that, allow that to go as well, because that insinuates that you are not already awakened and not already enlightened. And if you have the thoughts also, I am love, I am peace, I am joy, I invite you to let go of all of that as well, because we don't want to carry any beliefs. This is beyond a belief. It's an absolute knowing that this is the truth. And when there is an absolute knowing, there is the realization of that truth. So any beliefs, any concepts of who you think you are, how you feel, how you should be, I should be loving, I should be kind, I should be compassionate. Let all that go. And just coming back to the present moment, coming back to just being aware of your breath. Just being conscious and aware of your breath. And if there's other eyes that pop up, just notice those and allow them to pass on by. You don't need to analyze them or think about them. You don't need to try to get rid of them. It's just another label, idea, concept of who you have thought yourself to be. And I'm just inviting you to let go of all of that. When you empty out so fully and completely of all the I's that you believe you are, the only thing that remains is the I am. The pure I amness, the pure isness, the pure beingness, the pure emptiness. And in that pure emptiness, there is freedom from the mind, freedom from the body. It's not to say you're going to lose your body or you get rid of it. You're aware that you are not that. And there's this freedom and innocence of and freshness of everything that you say and do. But right now, everything we say and do is tainted by the ideas of who we think we are. This is called inner inquiry. It's when we just kind of check within ourselves. If we have a stress, then we can simply reflect and say, just go within and say, oh, okay, I'm noticing that I am feeling disconnected. Just notice that thought, that belief, that experience, and allow it to pass on by, knowing it is not the true you. I'm feeling hurt by what they said. Just notice that. You are not the hurt. You are not the pain. Just notice it, allow it to pass on by. Boy, I'm really worried about the direction this country is going in. Can you notice that thought and just allow it to pass on by? I'm really proud of myself. I did really well back there. And it's okay to acknowledge yourself. And yet at the same time, let it go and just let it pass on by. It's just another thought, another belief, and it's okay to acknowledge it, that you're doing all right as well. I am really concerned about climate change. Can you notice that thought, that belief, and just allow it to pass on by? And come back, always coming back to the present moment. Sometimes I hear my mind speaking, I hope I did the meditation right. I hope I did that well. I do my best to notice that. Just allow that to pass on by. Oh, I hope they're getting something out of it. Notice that thought and get on by. You might say, I hope this meditation goes well. Notice that thought. Let it pass on by. I want this to be a really good meditation. Notice that. Sometimes I get really bored with the meditation. Can you notice that thought? Wow, what a fantastic meditation. Can you notice that thought? I'm feeling really restless. Can you notice that thought? You are not the restlessness. You are the one that is aware of that thought. The more you practice this inner inquiry, the easier life will get, because it keeps emptying you out from old beliefs, and sometimes these beliefs will pop up over and over again because they're deeply seated as a belief within yourself. I've had to become conscious and aware of I am arrogant hundreds of times, maybe more, I don't know. And it's okay. It's okay. I used to say that it's like emptying out a bag of karmic marbles. You just reach in the bag of marbles and you just toss, as soon as you come back to the moment, you empty a marble out. It might happen again. There's more bags of marbles in there than others because we're more rooted in that belief as if it's the truth. And there's some that will release very, very easily. But the more you're identified with it as the truth, the more you'll have to practice emptying that out. And it's okay. It doesn't matter if it's one time or 1,000,000 times. And your mind might say, no, I don't want it to be over and over. Who is the I that's saying that? I don't like this process. Who is saying that? Just notice that thought, allow it to pass on by. So right now, just coming back to being aware of your breath. And as always, there's nothing you need to do with it. Just be conscious and aware of it. It happens all by itself. And as we move into more of the stillness of the meditation, don't try to still your mind. Just simply notice the thoughts, and maybe there's some more eyes that pop up, more beliefs about who you have thought yourself to be. Just notice those, allow them to pass on by, and then come back to being aware of your breath. And if your mind has drifted, just come back to being aware of your breath. And I also want to say about the eyes, as we're noticing them, you will notice, again, I want to say this again, there is not one single belief that you cannot discreate. Because you are not beliefs, you are not an idea, you are not a self-image, you are not a personality. Personality is just an accumulation of all the beliefs that you have taken on over the years to create a story of who you think you are. And these stories are the very things for us to release so that we can come back to a place of complete innocence. No description of who we are. None. I am mean, I am sad, I am good, I am bad, I am loving, I am joyful, I am irritable. Every time you hear an I, just take notice of it. That's all. I can't see very well. Who can't see very well? Is that you, or is that a belief? Because I assure you, when you clear out the beliefs that I am sick, I am unhealthy, I am broke, I am not enough, all of these things are beliefs that are ready to be released right now. And you might have the thought, I have to wait for something else to happen. I have to wait to get more money to be happy. I have to wait in order to do something spectacular to be awakened. I have to get the right job. I have to heal my food addictions. All these are all stories. And the I helps you to realize where you have falsely identified with as to who you are. So every time an I comes up, notice it, allow it to pass on by, and come back to the present moment. It's a beautiful, beautiful practice of emptying out regularly. I invite you to do it daily, just to keep emptying out. Don't spend your whole day doing it, because that can get you in your head. Just take time, sometime throughout the day, notice what you're saying about I am this or I am that, and as soon as you notice that, spend some time with it, empty out, then come back to just being in the present moment, the stillness, the isness, the pure beingness of who you are. And now come back to the present moment and just be aware of your breath. if your mind has drifted, just coming back to being aware of your breath. And if your mind has drifted, just coming back again to the present moment, back home to who you are, the one who is aware of it all. The thoughts, beliefs, feelings, ideas, concepts, who is aware of the I within yourself. And if your mind is drifted, again, just coming back to the present moment, coming back to being conscious and aware of your breath. And maybe you hear my puppy barking in the background. Just notice whatever thoughts you have come up about that, and come back to the present moment and be aware of the breath. We're going to begin to bring this meditation to completion. But if you'd like to continue on, please mute or turn your device off. And thanks so much for joining again. It's nice to be back with all of you for the meditation. It truly is. For those of you who are ready to finish, taking in a nice deep breath. Just making sure you're fully rooted and fully grounded in this physical body that helps you to get around in this life. And moving it, stretching it some. And whenever you're ready, taking your time and opening your eyes. And I'm just going to go say hi to whoever's on Facebook right now, and see somebody's on YouTube as well. I want to speak to this I a little bit that we were talking about, the inner inquiry, because this is really, really important. If you have thoughts even that say, well, let me say this way. The only difference between Jesus and I, and he said, you can do all things I have done and even greater things. The only difference between Jesus and us is he doesn't carry these limiting beliefs. He doesn't carry the belief that he can't walk on water. He doesn't carry the belief that he can't raise the dead. He doesn't carry the belief that he can't heal the blind. The only difference between him and us is the limited beliefs that we carry. That's all. So if you ever hear yourself saying anything limiting in any way, be conscious and aware of that. Notice it. Realize that that's just another belief, and allow it to pass on by. This can transform your whole world. And it's really about being conscious and aware of all the limitations, the limiting beliefs of who we think we are. All from the mind, all stored in the ego as a personality and a belief of who we think we are. But if we're truly going to experience the joy and peace of who we are, we must transcend that. Let's see. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Thanks, Michelle. Nice to have you here, my friend. So glad you were able to join this morning. I don't know who else is out there, but thank you for joining as well. And let me just get over here on YouTube and see who we have there. If you guys have any questions about this inner inquiry or the I part of it over here on let me mute that, then yeah, let me know. And I'm not sure who's on YouTube. If you want to say something, you're welcome to. But in any case, thank you so much. Hi, Sandy. Welcome back. Yes, my old monkey mind is diminished more and more. Beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. I truly am happy to hear that. So just keeps getting easier and easier the more we recognize that, for sure. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll be on at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I look forward to that as well. Namaste, my friends.